In the early 1950s, a small, now abandoned hospital sat on the edge of a quiet town. It had been closed for decades, its windows boarded up, its walls overrun with ivy. Locals avoided it, whispering stories of strange occurrences and the unexplained. Disappearance of a patient in its final days of operation. Curious about the rumors, a group of urban explorers decided to investigate the old hospital. Among them was Lily, a history student fascinated by local legends. With flashlights in hand, they ventured into the crumbling building one misty evening. Inside, the air was thick with the scent of decay. Peeling paint hung from the walls, and broken gurneys littered the hallways. The group split up, their voices echoing faintly in the cavernous silence. Lily wandered into what seemed to be a patient ward. Rows of rusted beds stood eerily empty, their thin mattresses torn and moldy. As she scanned the room, her flashlight caught something odd, a nameplate above one of the beds. It read, Patient 104, Unknown Identity. Beneath it was a faded photograph of a man with hollow eyes and a blank expression. The image sent a chill down her spine. She called out to her friends, but only silence answered. Feeling uneasy, Lily moved deeper into the ward. Her flashlight flickered as she approached a small door marked Records Room. Inside, she found shelves of dusty files and a single desk, with a yellowed ledger on it. She opened the book, its brittle pages filled with handwritten notes. One entry caught her attention. Patient 104 exhibited unusual behavior, claims to hear whispers and see shadows that no one else can. Last seen on March 3, 1952, declared missing. The handwriting abruptly stopped mid-sentence. Lily's heart raced as she heard faint footsteps in the hallway behind her. She turned quickly, but no one was there. The air grew colder and the faint sound of whispering seemed to emanate from the walls. Determined to leave, she rushed back toward the main hallway, only to find it stretched longer than she remembered. Each step echoed unnaturally and the walls seemed to close in. Suddenly, her flashlight died, plunging her into darkness. Panic set in as the whispers grew louder, surrounding her. She fumbled for her phone, its dim light revealing a figure at the end of the hallway. It was the man from the photograph, Patient 104. His hollow eyes locked onto hers as he began to walk toward her, his movements slow and deliberate. Lily stumbled backward, her pulse racing. She ducked into a nearby room, slamming the door behind her. She pressed her ear to the wood, hearing nothing but silence. When she turned around, her phone's light illuminated a strange sight. The room was pristine, unlike the rest of the hospital. A single bed stood in the center, its sheets neatly folded. On the wall hung a mirror, its surface oddly clear. She approached it, her reflection distorted as if the glass were rippling. Suddenly, Patient 104 appeared in the mirror, standing directly behind her. His hollow eyes stared into hers as he whispered, "You found me." Before she could react, his hand reached out from the mirror, pulling her inside. The next morning, the townspeople found no trace of Lily or her friends. The hospital remained, as it had always been, silent, decaying, and shrouded in mystery. Years later, a new group of explorers ventured into the building. In the patient ward, they found a new nameplate above one of the beds. It read, Patient 105, Unknown Identity. Beneath it was a faded photograph of a woman with terrified eyes. The hospital never lets anyone leave.